I got 10 years to fill a stadium, but only 2 minutes to fill your cranium. Humble the poet, signing in. So a lot of people have always been asking me, how can I stay positive all the time? Bad shit happens and I always want to stay positive. Everybody seems positive, you seem positive, or what have you. And the reality is that's just not the case. The reality is everybody feels different things at different times, and that's okay. Our emotions are like our kids. We're gonna have a whole bunch of them, and we have to love them all, even if it's not equally. And even though we always want to be happy, that's just not possible. So if something happens, one of the things that we can do to ensure that we're not immediately horrifically negative is that we can focus on understanding more than judging. We don't always know if something's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, and obviously in the first 5 minutes it may seem something, but in the long run we may be completely off. So what we need to do is kind of react to things up here a little bit more and a little less here. Is that easy? Not at all. Nobody's saying it's easy. At the end of the day, it's actually very difficult and it requires practice. But that practice is what makes it worth it. Don't focus specifically on being positive all the time, but instead focus on getting the big picture before you react, or being in control of how you react, and realizing that we can always find good in every single situation. So we don't need to be positive if we experience a death in the family or if things don't go our way, but we do need to kind of be aware of how we react and decide, you know what, is being very negative going to help us out? Is that going to be beneficial to us in the short term or even in the long term? So we don't need to be, you know, happy-go-lucky, everything is wonderful, because everything isn't wonderful. But we can't control that. And what I've also noticed is that the more excited we get about things, the more upset we can also get. So maybe if we kind of put a cap on all our emotions and not get overly excited, not get overly happy, then we may not be getting overly upset or overly sad. Just something to think about. All the emotions are always going to exist, and it's important. We're not going to know what it feels to be happy unless we know what it means to be sad. So keep that relationship healthy and keep that awareness going. Thank you so much for watching. As always, brand new videos come every Monday and Thursday. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. These are all based off my book, Unlearn, which you can read at unlearn101.com. There's a free sample on there, as well as you can order different types of copies. I also still make music. My latest music videos should be playing in the back somewhere, so please check that out, and I will see you soon.
Woke up off that motherfucking slumber to the sound of slight murmurs, and get that shit off your shoulders. Folks got it from all over to catch a glimpse of that intense. Did I fail to mention 66 bitches dancing inside of your mama's kitchen? Went from living room living to vanishing in the instance, to end up having dinner with musicians on Thanksgiving. Let out a roar to my esophagus, resembles excerpts that were dripped from wine houses.